Chapter 2. Credit Management. Credit management refers to the process of granting credit to your customers, setting payment terms and conditions to enable them to pay their bills on time and in full, recovering payments, and ensuring customers and employees comply with your company's credit policy. The business functions required for credit management, strategy functions, marketing, responsible for product design, customer acquisition, and maximizing existing customer contributions. Tasks include identifying target audiences, branding, determining product features, formulating promotional campaigns, CRM strategies, and tracking promoting strategies' effectiveness. Credit risk, credit strategy, or risk management makes decisions based on customer risk profiles and expected profit contributions. Responsibilities include identifying uncreditworthy individuals, assessing creditworthiness, setting credit terms, reviewing agreements, monitoring accounts, designing debt recovery plans, and fraud detection strategies. Operational functions, customer services, manages customer inquiries, credit applications, account maintenance, collections, complaints, and fraud cases. IT, information technology, provides systems and support for marketing, application processing, account management, workflow, external data connections, reporting, decision support, and software tools. Print production produces and dispatches promotional materials, credit agreements, statements, standard letters, etc. Corporate functions, accounting and finance, manages funds flow, forecasts bad debt, produces accounts, and coordinates financial information across various departments. Legal handles contractual issues, provides legal advice, especially in rare or sensitive cases. Payroll, human resources, estats and services, manages payroll, personnel, employment contracts, compliance, recruitment, training, procurement, maintenance, and cleaning services. Structural orientation, divisional orientation. Each credit portfolio is managed separately as its own business division, specializing in its respective products. Advantages: expertise within each division, coordinated functions, easy division profitability assessment. Disadvantages: replication of activities, narrow expertise unless personnel rotation between divisions. This structure highlights the essential business functions required for credit management, categorized into strategic, operational, and corporate divisions, along with different structural orientations adopted by organizations. Functional orientation. Advantages: cost reduction, reduce a duplication of functions, benefiting from economies of scale. Broadened understanding, staff gains broader knowledge across the business, promoting staff development, customer service. Cohesive customer relationships, manages relationships across all product services more efficiently. Disadvantages: coordination challenges, less coordination among functions, focusing on immediate problems over strategic objectives. Profitability, determination, complexity, difficulty in calculating individual product profitability due to differing methodologies. Resource competition, increased competition for shared resources, prioritizing conflicting needs between different products. Legislative principles, transparency and disclosure, clear disclosure of credit terms in promotional materials and agreements, including APR, total cost of credit, and additional charges. Use of personal data varies globally. EU emphasizes individual control over personal data, requiring explicit permission. US and others view personal data as accessible commodity with restrictions against misuse. Discrimination. Laws prohibit discrimination based on various factors in lending decisions, collections, and debt recovery action. Legislation limits activities for recovering unpaid debts, restricting abusive or threatening behavior, asset seizure and bankruptcy, personal insolvency. Courts must approve seizing assets for unsecured debts. Bankruptcy leads to asset loss, but may discharge outstanding debts. Cancellation rights, right of rescission. Consumers often have a short period to cancel credit agreements after signing. Linked transactions. Credit provision can't be conditioned upon purchasing other financial products. Maximum interest rate. Interest rate ceilings exist in many regions to prevent excessive lending, varying in calculation methods and application across countries. This section delves into the advantages and disadvantages of a functional orientation, along with key legislative principles governing consumer credit, covering transparency, personal data usage, discrimination, debt recovery, bankruptcy, cancellation rights, linked transactions, and maximum interest rates. Ethical aspects of credit management. Significance of ethical issues. Incorporating ethical perspectives in business operations often leads to better performance. Legal compliance does not always align with ethical behavior. Ethical behavior can positively impact company image, customer relationships, and overall performance. Debt, poverty, and social exclusion. Debt is linked to poverty, social exclusion, and mental health issues. The burden of debt can lead to stress, depression, and physical illness. Implications for credit professionals. Personal responsibility in lending practices impacts customer well-being. Identifying over-indebted customers, having responsible lending criteria, and aiding those facing repayment difficulties are essential. Lessons from history. Historical controversy and legislation surrounding credit practices. Various cultures and historical periods have debated and regulated credit practices. Suspicions about credit industry motives persist, leading to ongoing governmental scrutiny and limitations. Credit, not just another consumer product. Credit agreements involve a time dimension and risks for both debtors and creditors. Interest-bearing credit isn't static and can exponentially grow over time, leading to significant debt accumulation. Responsibility in debt management. Responsible lending defined in the context of borrower and lender responsibilities. Many debt problems stem from unforeseen events rather than borrower irresponsibility. Complexity in credit agreements and varying literacy levels contribute to consumer misunderstanding. This section emphasizes the importance of ethical considerations in credit management, historical perspectives on credit practices, the unique nature of credit agreements, and the shared responsibility between borrowers and lenders in debt management. It also sheds light on the challenges in defining responsible lending in practical terms.